Okay guys, so let's get going. First thing I'm gonna do... She says we're supposed to go to the Great Hall, so let's... go downstairs. I guess I could have taken the elevator. Oh, actually, you know what? Real quick. Let's go back upstairs.
Back upstairs!
One thing. Yes, the last window. There it is. I don't know if I want to keep it as that, though. It's kind of silly looking.
Yeah, please no.
Okay, so that was the last window set. So now we've seen all the window sets. Okay, now back to what I was doing. That way I don't have to make a whole special video on that window set.
Yeah.
Let me save. Actually, crud. I'm like trying to find a place to save. Oh, crud muffins.
What are those other ones? Can we not save over any of them?
I don't know what they are. This was probably safe to save over.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know why I would care. I don't know why I don't have more slots. Okay. Let's go to the Great Hall.
We've been waiting for you, Lord Smappy. Congratulations, Lord Smappy! Now we can finally begin to rebuild after this long, terrible war.
Oh no. Well, at least there's one less enemy threatening the city-state's soil! But we still don't have true peace in these lands. Lord Smappy, there is something we wish to ask of you. Lord Smappy, there's still Harmonia to the north of here, and so we can't yet completely relax. Furthermore, because there was no trust between us, Look of Light was able to divide the city-state. We need a single unified country, one that can stand together against its enemies. Lord Smappy, we want, with capital W, we want you to create a new country here. Smappy country. And we want you to lead it.
This matter was voted on and approved by 2 Rivers' 3 Houses of Parliament.
If it means a stronger nation, able to defend itself, we have no objections either. Oh, this last time I have to ever voice him.
The Knightdom of Matilda is no more, but we will follow your orders in this matter, Lord Smappy. I feel the same way as Miklatov. Most of the strength of Muse was stolen by Luca Blight, but we still haven't lost our pride as the center of the state. As acting mayor of Muse, I also intend to follow the will of Lord Smappy.
I can say I can't do it, or I understand.
Lord Smappy, we thank you. We're here to announce the birth of Waffle Country.
Wait, I thought it was Smappy Country.
I thought so too. May it bring peace and prosperity to this land forever.
Everyone will fear the name of Waffle. Sorry.
Okay. I actually know a dog that's named Waffle, which made me laugh even harder. It's like the kindest, cutest dog I've ever seen. It's like, really? You hear the name of Waffle? Okay. We swear to serve Lord Smappy with pride and fidelity.
Okay, I think that was... Oh no, we're not done yet. I think it's kind of ironic that going from the sidelines of watching one of these, we get to end the game by leading one. I never do this ending. It's like, oh yeah. Oh, we're standing outside a muse with all by ourselves because we've lost Joey and Nanami. And Palika.
Angelia.
Okay, so now we get to see what happened to everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and watch these. So, became mayor of Green Hill and made peace with Karaya.
Left Green Hill to sharpen his skills as a swordsman and never returned.
Returned to New Leaf Academy, later became headmaster and also taught at the school.
Returned to Muse City and was later elected as mayor.
After ending term as acting mayor, chose to live as a normal citizen.
Became commander of the Waffle National Army.
Refused a position in the country of Waffle and returned to live in Radat.
As promised, she returned to Radat with Freed and lived happily ever after.
Founded a library in Tinto City and taught many children the love of learning.
Fought in the Grasslands War as captain of the Tinto City forces.
Living happily in Two River City where she opened a restaurant.
Occasionally visits Marlowe and marvels at his great scholarship.
Returned to the White Deer Inn to live a happy life with Alex and Pete.
Returned to White Deer Inn, but can't seem to lose his treasure hunting bug.
Once the war was over, ended his long career as a knight in service of justice.
Reformed Matilda Knightdom, selected as commander, but politely declined the honor.
Reformed Matilda Knightdom along with Miklatov their journey to the Grasslands.
Still a private investigator in Radat City.
Them going to the Grasslands actually does occur. I think you see that action in Suikoden Volume 2. At least they go to the edge of it there. Ooh. Get to see them all. Oh, that's kind of cute because you got the Grasslands people and then the people who go to Grasslands. It's interesting.
Hmm?
The circus troupe is from the Grasslands, right?
Oh, that's right, aren't they? Yeah.
I guess we'll find out when we watch all the Richmond files. Returned to her life as a traveling performer, but often thinks of Smappy.
Leads a group of performers with Eiley and Bulgan and travels around the world.
Travel to his life. Returned to his life in the traveling circus, but continues to study hard.
Study hard. Travels with her music group, sharing her beautiful voice with people everywhere.
Travels with Annalie and continues to get into trouble wherever he goes.
Travels with his group while improving the armorer skills that he learned in Crom.
Returned to Kaku and his life of something
Ribaldry and moral turpitude.
Oh my gosh.
Enjoys the life of fishing on the shores of Lake Toron.
Currently traveling to try to discover the edge of the world.
Left the Waffle Army to once again pursue Uber.
Journey to Kanakon south of the Toron Republic in search of the mystery of the Sindar.
Planning to investigate the ruins in Kanakon before Killy can.
Returned to his wife where he lives contentedly as father and husband.
Reuniting her parents, currently living happily at home with both of them.
Journey to the Grasslands without saying a word to anyone.
Stayed in the Waffle Army as magic instructor, still as infuriating as ever.
With his contract over, he left like a ghost, whereabouts unknown.
Traveled to the Toron Republic to challenge her rival.
Which is Valeria. Oh, his fort's burning down again. Really?
He's getting to lead them in war.
I guess they decide to join the Kobold army.
And I think they were busy talking instead of paying attention.
Returned to Two River where he continued as leader of the Kobold army.
Returned to Two River, currently stirring up lots of trouble with his pals.
Living somewhere in Two River where he does his best to frighten the townsfolk.
Achieved his desire by becoming captain of the Waffle Army's Kobold unit.
Currently performing admirably as Captain Gingin's first lieutenant.
Finally found her grandpa and returned home with Taro.
Journeyed to the Holy Kingdom of Harmonia to continue his studies abroad.
Left with Vincent on a journey to the Holy Kingdom of Harmonia.
Still working as an armorer of Fushigi Castle.
Stayed in the nation of Waffle and became captain of the bodyguards.
Returned to his life of wandering. His whereabouts are currently unknown.
Returned to Kulan in the Torn Republic where his expulsion was rescinded.
Living happily with her daughter's family in Two River.
His gambling house in Fushigi Castle is still a raging success.
Returned to Lake West where he's building the largest bathhouse in Waffle.
In Waffle. Traveled north once again in search of the object of his revenge.
Never forgets to do his daily run, squat, push-ups, and sit-ups.
Training daily with her teacher, her goal is to beat a bear with her bare hands.
Ironic. Bear with bare hands! That's in the intro. Very end of it. Oh yeah. This random scene. Where he turns into like a big old transformer. This one was so incredibly random.
It really is.
Riding on Gadget, she took off on an adventure to find Juppo.
Continues to allow Meg to travel with him despite her selfishness.
Returned to his quiet life in Crom Village.
Journeyed north towards the Torn Republic.
Gained great fame as a swordsmith while continuing to work at Waffle Castle.
Works as an appraiser while searching for a Celadon urn to bring collection to 1000.
Set off for Torn Republic to battle Crowley, the wizard, his arch rival.
Tired of war, he retired as a mercenary and returned to wife and child in Zexen.
Still living in the nation of Waffle and trying to expand Gordon industry.
Decided to retire from the thievery, but soon realized that it was a terrible mistake.
Continues to work hard to grow delicious vegetables in the fertile fields of Tinto.
Returned to Black Dragon Island to lay flowers on the grave of Shunmin.
Returned to South Window to continue inventing and making trouble for his neighbors.
Looking for inspiration for his new work following Fushigi's guardian deity.
Returned to Anti to continue her work as Rune Master.
The men of Couscous still go to see Karen dance, annoying their wives greatly.
Returned to Forest Village and then handed to Crystal Valley to continue studies.
After the war, he considered his role ended and returned to Leknot's service.
Crystal Values.
Boy, yeah, we were stumbling over everything there.
Oh my gosh, it goes so quickly. It's like, oh my gosh. And all the animals. I don't think we actually see this scene unless you have all the animals. Oh, that one's so cute! Oh my gosh! Yeah, this isn't normal scene. I don't remember what it normally is. Because we have all the squirrels. With no place to return to, he still protects Fushigi Castle from all enemies.
Returned quietly to the forest.
Return to the forest from whence he sprung.
What? Set off again on a journey temple crystal ballet.
Set off for the Crystal Ballet with Humphrey in search of a dragon.
Travel to the grasslands in search of a bride for Bonaparte.
What? Continues his journey to become the fastest living creature in the land. Crystal Ballet?
After completing Hanzo's mission, returned to Rokaku Village.
Return to Kaku Village with Kasumi and Mondo. I'm so confused. What the heck's they mean Valley? Crystal Valley? Anyways.
Oh, commandeered a ship and returned to the island countries? I don't know who that was.
Stayed in Waffle as a beastmaster where he practices his unique skills.
Moved back to Kobold Village where he complains a lot but lives a happy life.
Return to the deep forest where she lives in a life with harmony in nature, whatever.
Returned with Shiro to woods near Rube, but occasionally visits the deep forest too.
Shiro is always seen by his master's side of his master Kinnison. Yeah, we found out later that if you don't have Ida, Kinnison they don't make the comments about the deep forest. He just goes back to his forest. I think that's cute.
Yeah, it was definitely inspired by the little video that we saw.
Yeah.
Or not video, but whatever that was.
Little cutscene. I don't think you have that cutscene if you don't have all the squirrels or something. I don't remember that one. I remember this cutscene. I thought this one was funny. Poor Hicks. Ho 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 ho. Let's laugh at Hicks. This is probably my favorite one out of all of them. It's just funny. I don't know.
I mean, Flick is from the Warrior Village, so.
Oh gosh.
Everyone's favorite stalker.
Instead of going back to Warrior's Village, sets off on a journey with Victor.
After destroying Necklord, set off on a aimless journey for a change of pace. Wow.
Tried to, but couldn't follow Flick. Yay, still waiting in Green Hill for him to return.
Decided to hang around with humans instead of returning to Blue Moon Village.
Became the first vampire hunter and started to look for a new life.
Set off once again on his hunt for Elsa.
Oh, which is different if you actually find Elsa. Drank too much champagne and accidentally teleported herself off somewhere.
Continued his coming-of-age journey with Tengar.
Received village blessings for... I'm currently waiting for Hicks to propose. Excuse me, I had something in my
That's
throat.
awesome. During the Matilda campaign, he led his own unit and was killed at the mercenary fort.
Oh, stayed in Waffle and received training as a military strategist.
Returned to Rikaku, but still visits Craigminster at least once a week.
Became keeper of the nation of Waffle's National Vault.
Returned to Muse to begin the healing of all the people injured during the war.
Continued his advanced training in the art of medicine while assisting Dr. Juan.
They say there's never an empty chair at her tavern in Fushigi Castle.
Returned to Toron to get some extra gold and set off on a journey of exploration.
Said goodbye to Shu and set off on her journey to research the life of Matthew.
Dreams of a quiet life, even as he continues to play a vital role in Waffle.
Died in Rockax, trying to protect Smappy and Jowie.
Continues to lead the nation of Waffle.
Poor Nanami.
Oh, is there weapons? Jowie and Smappy's. I don't know if I said this, but for the most part, the main character's name is actually Ryu, R-I-O-U. I almost went with that name just for consistency's sake, but it's not as much fun. Okay, we get to watch the credits. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think of anything else that's different. Yeah, if you actually do the Clive side story, it's different. He's like, having finally found Elsa, blah blah blah. But I don't remember what it was offhand. Who else is different?
Well, we're gonna see some that are different after we get a different ending.
Yeah, but if someone dies in battle, it says died in battle, because some people can die.
Yeah, the people during those skirmish battles and stuff like that.
Yeah, and if you didn't find the person, like if you didn't have all 108 people, it would just show an empty portrait and it wouldn't show anything at all. So you're like, oh, I missed somebody. What else was different?
Well, Ridley's is different if he died, obviously.
Yeah, and I don't think Ridley shows up at all. Why is my thing skipping? I'm not even using a CD. Anyways, I think it shows Boris, actually. And it's
That's
like
right,
having,
yeah.
Replaced his father, or Boris is here or something,
Yeah, because Boris becomes one of the 108 stars, and Ridley's not the 108 star then.
Yeah. There's so many differences, it's ridiculous. There's no way I can show them all.
Yeah, we're not going through all the permutations. We're gonna cover some of these things, but not all of them.
Yeah, so there's 4 endings total in the game. We've already seen one of them. It was when we left back in Tinto. This is the second one. If you actually follow instructions and go into the Great Hall, we're actually going to see a hint for the 3rd and 4th endings after this. That's why I'm still waiting for all this to go by. I want to show you... We're probably going to have to do all this again, actually, but...
Yeah, but we're probably not going to read through all those. We'll just read the ones that changed or something.
Yeah,
I guess.
we'll read the interesting ones or comment on interesting ones. Like, I think someone mentioned Zexen earlier, which is actually a city next to the grasslands, and you actually see the city in the Suikoden 3. Zexen's one of the main ones. I don't know what the heck the Crystal Ballet was. I think they meant Valley. It's some horrible mistranslation. Because they were going to Crystal Valley. Why do I keep saying value? Crystal Valley. I know they were going there originally, like when we first met them. Like, we're going to Crystal Valley, which is in the Holy Kingdom of Harmonia. And I don't know what they were talking about in Search for a Dragon, since we already have one. They actually do find another dragon in Volume 2, Suikoden Gaiden Volume 2, which is actually a really interesting storyline, but I'm not going to go into it, because I think someone might have already done a Let's Play. I know Hart did a Let's Play of Volume 1. It'd be really cool if we could do one of Volume 2, but...
That would rock if he did.
Yeah, but it's really hard to translate those games, so...
Mm-hmm. I have to admit, I really like the music in the end.
This is probably a really long video, isn't it? We might have to split it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's running a bit long, but we're okay.
Yeah, and this wall, I think, just repeats over and over and over. I don't think there's anything really that interesting on it. I mean, you can see the Rune of Beginning, kind of, in some random mountains and stuff. Yeah, this is the ending theme, I guess. Which is in Italian, which I know I can't read. I'm not gonna
La
embarrass myself.
passion come la storia.
Lucky Star.
What? Oh, I was like, that's not what
Funky
it means.
Funky. I like reading some of these names.
Never. I can read that one.
I can read all of them, but it's just they're normal names. I mean, I just like to read the funny ones. Ooh, the international version. I like how the Japanese people still work on the international version. Yay, Konami! Having a stick up their butt about Americans.
Okay. Somebody has an opinion.
No, they really don't. I think some of their games, they don't hire any Americans to translate. I know Konami just... I know back in the day, like, when they were really big, I know they're not as big as they used to be, it was pretty obvious they didn't really think highly of us, of Bakugaijin. Are we finally gonna get to the point I wanted to get to? Oh my gosh. 20 minutes later. Okay. So I love this. Hint. Gee, didn't we make a promise at the very beginning of the game that if we got separated from Jowie, we were supposed to meet him somewhere?
Like, next to that X or something?
Next to the X he's sitting to, next to that huge waterfall. Whoops. Did we forget something?
Yeah.
I love this about this game. I mean, this is one of those moments that's like, oh, I forgot, because you can see the X over to the right. It's like, how many people do a face plant, you know, with their palm on this? It's like, oh, I forgot. You know, it's like when Icon did this, I was like, are you going to remember Icon? He's like, oh, yeah. So he went to the Great Hall and did this ending, and he was like, oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I figured that I would, like, I figured there was going to be a chance. I didn't think the Great Hall was going to be the end of the game, and lo and behold, it was, so.
Yeah, so we're actually going to go back, probably in the next video. This video's gone on too long. And we're going to keep our promise. Instead of going to the Great Hall, we're going to turn around and come here. We're going to go meet up with Jowie, and we're going to get a much better ending. So we'll see you in the next video when we see Jowie again. Yay!
We have to fight him to the death. Bye.
No!